Good evening, everyone. This is Adrian Brockington, and this is my Module 3 discussion on current leadership. I will discuss some favorable leaders and unfavorable leaders that I've experienced or worked with in organizations. And I will tell you why I believe that they're favorable or unfavorable, and the things that they did or did not do that I disliked as a leader. I will describe myself as a leader today and how others describe me, specifically my 9th through 12th grade students, and describe my ideal leader and what steps I could do to become more like my ideal leader. But before I do that, I wanted to just give you a brief summary of some of the sources that I've used to help me do this discussion, and one of them was Northouse 2013 Leadership Theory and Practice, 6th edition, Shockley and Zalabuk 2015 Fundamentals of Organizational Communication, 9th edition, and Swindoll's 2011 Engaged Leadership, Building a Culture to Overcome Employee Disengagement. Also, before I go into that, I just wanted to just give you a brief synopsis of what I've learned about leadership theory that helped me do this discussion. I found that leadership is a process where someone influences others to act or move towards a common goal or purpose. Organizational leadership and communication centers on operating on the talents and abilities and resources of its employees. In this manner, employees' individual successes are intricately connected to the successful mission accomplishment of that organization. Also, I found that there are two types of communication channels, formal and informal channels. And I believe that these individuals that I have selected as favorable and unfavorable leaders utilize some of these formal and informal channels of communication. The organization that I wish to discuss is the Miami Recruiting Battalion, which is located in Doral, Florida. It is an organization that looks and seeks for individuals that would be suited for military service, specifically the United States Army. The unit is strategically and separated, I should say. It's geographically separated. The organization contains units from Vero Beach, Florida down to Key West, Puerto Rico, U.S. Virgin Islands. And it consists of over 300 United States Army soldiers, about 45 Department of Defense civilians, and over 1,200 family members that are geographically dispersed. And the individual that I will discuss as a favorable leader was Lieutenant Colonel Isaac Johnson, who was the battalion commander. Lieutenant Colonel Johnson, he set the organizational structure and culture with guidelines, rules, processes that created the functionality of how the organization ran and was maintained. And after establishing these guidelines, the commander ensured that everyone at every level of the organization understood his command philosophy and asked for suggestions and ideas that would both enhance the battalion as a whole and facilitate the day-to-day operations, forging and forming relationships and reinforcing the flow of communication within groups, among supervisors and subordinates, and with individuals. Lieutenant Colonel Johnson was able to bridge a stronger relationship with people. and truly appreciating and respecting each other. He was able to explain why and how it is so important to disagree and not disagree with an individual, but yet still work together as a team. Next, looking at an unfavorable individual, and her name was Captain Nieves. Captain Nieves came to us as a reservist who was assisting the organization. And as a requirement of the United States Army, we're required to take physical fitness tests biannually. And when Captain Nieves was scheduled to do so, she decided that she was going to not take it and go on sick call. And then she, after she came off a sick call the next day, she was fine. But as the executive officer, I had to ensure that she took that test. So I asked her, or I basically gave her a command that she had to take that test within a week's time. Long story short, Captain Nieves falsified documents and blamed it on another officer, said the other officer gave her the PT test when in fact she didn't. Captain Nieves was reprimanded. She had to give a class to the whole battalion and apologize to everyone that was involved. She had to give a class on integrity and esprit de corps. And it was very devastating to the battalion because, with the chatter, everyone wanted to see how the battalion commander was going to handle the situation. But he did give her an official reprimand that went into her official record. Next, how do I see myself or describe myself as a leader? I believe that I am visionary. I am a natural planner who inspires, and I am creative. I'm a forward thinker. I am innovative. I believe I'm an innovator leader with originality. I'm novel with ideas. The way that I like to do things, I just do it in an extraordinary way. I believe that I am a servant leader. And according to Greenleaf, a servant leader, basically goal is to serve others and to put others' goals and ideas before your own. And I believe that's what I do with my students. I teach them how to be better citizens and better individuals, and how to become a better them, an individual as themselves, and how they can grow. And lastly, I believe that I am a transformational leader. Again, with my students, I like to take them and just look at where they are and tell them where they could be in the future. And also my students, they look at me as innovative. They believe that I am an encourager and a mentor. I teach them and tell them how they can be a better self by physical fitness, and be a better writer, and just being a better person overall. My ideal leader, I believe, is Jesus Christ. I believe that he is the utmost servant leader. According to Greenleaf, that can be described, he took ordinary people and made them greater and better. He took thieves and robbers and transformed their lives, and that they in turn transformed the lives of millions of people. And these things happened, many years ago, and it's continuing on down today. How do I believe that the things that I need to do to become like my ideal leader? I need to be humble. I need to be able to look at an individual and see something inside of them that can change and transform nations and many people. So I believe that that's the steps that I need to do to become a better leader. I thank you for your time, and God bless.